Welcome to Snart Marks, everybody, and what may be the last living will and testament of Andrew Idell. I'm Dusty Godwin, and that's Andrew Idell.
Hey. That is true. I might, do you want what do you want? You want anything?
Well, the cat, mostly. Who's going to take care of your cat?
Yeah, my dad loves this cat.
Okay. As long as somebody, I don't want to take it from Ricky Ticky, so as long as somebody's got the cat, I'll take all that Yankee stuff, and I won't have any problem selling it for profit. So
all that Yankee stuff. Well, the other guy has to die first.
Oh, okay. Well, tell him to give it to me.
There's no memorabilia. I'll sign that over to you, and then I used to have a lot of money. So I don't have that to give you anymore.
Right. Until you were struck down in your prime.
Yeah, oh man, haven't I been? I've been sick, everybody, since Wednesday, and it's killing me. I've been really sick and annoying. I passed the COVID test, negative, right?
Okay.
But
still dodging that bullet.
Still haven't gotten COVID apparently, but I lost my smell. I lost my taste. Ooh. It started with a sore throat. It worked its way into congestion. I've been fighting this shit since Wednesday. I got on the air on Wednesday when it started. I just had a sore throat, so I did my show because I record. I do it the same day, obviously. Thursday, Friday, my first week of being on middays, I had to miss the last 2 days because I was dead on the couch. This couch over my shoulder right here. This has been my house.
That's the triage center.
Oh, dude, I've just been sitting there watching Shogun.
Yeah. How is Shogun, by the way?
It's really good.
Really good.
Okay. The thing that sucks, we've talked about it before, about subtitles, right? The one thing that sucks about subtitles is that you can't look away. Like, I can't passively watch this show. I have to rewind constantly because I've also gotten addicted to solitaire on my phone. So I just had to swat my cat down.
Because this infirmity has aged you.
I got to keep my brain going.
Yeah.
You got to keep yourself sharp. You know what I mean?
Occupado, yeah.
Yeah. I was really disheartened. I was like, I feel like I'm getting a bit better at solitaire. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at it. But I then looked up how often mathematically the game is winnable. It's like 80% of the time. I'm at like a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10 clip, dog.
Right. Well, you got to build up.
Yeah, well, there's definitely some chance that goes into it. You reveal this card instead of reveal this card. But, so I've been working on my solitaire and watching a bunch of people commit fucking seppuku on the TV. Shogun's pretty good. I'm eight episodes in. I've watched 8 episodes in 2 days.
That's a pretty good, that's almost a record for you. If a show can keep your interest for 8 full episodes, that's pretty good.
Listen, I've shit on anime people all the time. Really fascinated by the Japanese people.
They have a lot of cool stuff.
No, it's Japanese Game of Thrones.
Right.
In the 1600s.
Just mean like any television show where you're not out 4 episodes. You stopped watching Breaking Bad. Possibly universally heralded as the greatest television show of all time. And
right after they killed Gus.
Yeah, you just stopped dead cold in the middle of it.
I didn't plan on it. Like, when I finished the last episode I watched, I was like, oh man, can't wait to watch the next one. And then I just never...
Can't wait to pick this guy back up, yeah.
Yeah, I never watched the next one. Same thing with Sopranos. I love The Sopranos.
I'm
halfway through season 3, and I've stalled.
My Sopranos rewatch has also reached a halt at this.
It's so good.
Moment. It is very, very good. Yeah,
it's so good. James Gandolfini was a G.
I like. It's the season with Joe Pantoliano, Joey Pants. That's really good. Steve Buscemi gets up in there. I like that as well.
I'm trying to see who Joey Pants is.
Oh, Joey Pants.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Was that guy...
He's in The Matrix. He's in Bad Boys. He's in the Bad Boys movie I watched this very day.
Here comes one of Andrew's niche references.
What weird 90s kids movie was he in?
Wasn't he one of the bad guys in the Goonies? He was one of the Fratellis.
He
Wasn't
is one of the bad guys in the
Yeah.
Goonies. Fuck you, dude.
Every time I see that guy, I think about the Goonies.
Well, at least the Goonies is like the Goonies is a beloved
It's a movie that everybody's
classic.
seen.
Yeah, it's not
like
what's that what was it? The Santa movie that you watch that no one else has ever heard of? We did it on the show. It was some like Thanksgiving or Christmas movie, and you're like, "Oh, my family fucking loves this movie, dude." And
I don't know. I can't remember which one it was. It's a Christmas movie?
I think so.
Okay. I can't remember.
We're going to have to go back through it.
I'm trying to think what Christmas movies we watch. We watch A Christmas Story, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, obviously.
Right.
It's got to be a comedy if my family loves it. I don't know, man. I remember saying that. I don't remember what the movie was.
It was like in one of the box office games, and I was like, I've never heard of this movie. And you were like, this movie is the greatest film ever made. Yeah, and it's from like the 80s. I wish I could remember it. If
it wasn't Prancer. Was it Prancer?
It might have been Prancer. Yeah,
I think it was Prancer.
I think it was.
I don't remember. I don't remember if Prancer's any good or not. But I watched it a lot at my house when I was a kid. It's got what's his face in it. Here's another one. You ready for another one, Dusty?
Okay.
The guy from Tall Tale, Sam Elliott.
Oh, of course, not Tombstone, not The Big Lebowski.
He was in Tall Tale.
not Roadhouse.
Nope.
Tall Tale. Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah, refusing to give up her belief in Santa Claus, a child discovers a hurt reindeer in the woods, which she believes to be Prancer. With the help of a sympathetic veterinarian, Abe Vigoda.
Hell yeah, Abe Vigoda.
Jessica takes care of the wounded creature. It's supposed to be a secret, but eventually it's to her Santa Claus. The girl's dad, who's Sam Elliott, and the entire town find out about Prancer, leading to big problems for Jessica and her family.
Yeah, it's not good when they find out you've got Prancer on your hands.
This movie has a 6.4 on IMDb and a 67% Rotten Tomato score.
That's way better than I expected, to be honest.
1989, an hour, 43 minutes. So
see, listen, it's right in my pocket. I remember that movie. I remember the beginning is like, God, I'm going to sound like a child. The beginning is like a vibe, like the beginning of that movie. I think there's like kids poorly singing, da 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 da, glory to the newborn king, peace on earth and earthly. You know that song?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of kids like poorly singing that at the beginning of the movie. But my sister loved it, so it was like one of those movies that I saw all the time. I'm trying to find Sam Elliott filmography. There we go. I'm trying to look for Tall Tale. Did you ever watch Tall Tale?
Oh yeah, of course. He's isn't he not Buffalo Bill?
I think he's Pecos Bill.
Yeah, Pecos Bill. Buffalo Bill is from Silence of the Lambs. It puts the lotion on the skin. That guy. that's Buffalo Bill.
Well, he's got the voice, kind of.
Yeah, if Sam Elliott played both those guys.
Is it not Sam Elliott?
I think it might be Kurt Russell, dog.
Dude, it's Patrick Swayze. Dude, I got Mandela effect like a motherfucker on that, dude.
Yeah, okay. It is the Sways. I guess I thought it was
Meister.
I thought it was Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell and Sam Elliott are both in Tombstone, which I'd have to say is probably as good a movie, at least, as Prancer and Tall Tale. So, I still haven't seen. I still don't think I've seen Tombstone. I've seen Prancer and Tall Tale, though. Yeah, I mean, you're good. So
yeah, Oliver Platt. That's a bad motherfucker right there.
Yeah, he's also in the Disney Three Musketeers movie that I loved as a kid that no one remembers or cares about. That has Kiefer Sutherland as the main musketeer.
I don't think I watched. I don't know if I watched that or not.
Kiefer Sutherland, Oliver Platt, Donald Sutherland, and Chris O'Donnell are all, the dudes that you think of when you think of musketeers.
Yeah, you got Kiefer and Donald, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
They're on the family plan.
Yeah, they were like, look, if you get one of us, you got to take all of us.
You a Kiefer guy or a Donald guy?
They both have their things, but I think Donald Sutherland is more the dude. No, it's Charlie Sheen. God damn it.
Same guy, Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen. They are forever connected via Young Guns.
Yeah.
So
Oh shit! No, okay. I'm way off. It's Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Chris O'Donnell, Oliver Platt. Those are the Musketeers. So you
that
got
movie's
Kiefer.
good.
I liked it a lot when I was a kid.
Is it called Three Musketeers?
It is Walt Disney's The Three Musketeers. You have to go with that one. Bad guy in this movie, Tim Curry. Tim
Oh
Curry
shit!
Monkey.
Okay. Oh yeah,
So,
Tim Curry Monkey,
which has been removed from the internet. We've talked about it
it's
on the show before. You can't find it.
yeah. It's one of those things that, like, you know how they say when they trick our parents into sharing things online by saying,
Yeah,
Donald Trump doesn't like this picture and wants it removed from the internet.
yeah,
Tim Curry Monkey really went after his he sent cease and desists
yeah.
all over the place. Just everybody knows there was a monkey who looked like exactly like Tim Curry.
And there's a side by side, a perfect side by side of the monkey and Tim Curry. Maybe the best thing the internet ever gave me.
It was
now
uncanny.
It's gone. Yeah.
It made Dusty. I can't, like, every time I see Tim Curry, I think of Dusty saying Tim Curry Monkey.
Yeah. It was uncurry, really.
Oh man, I knew it was coming.
What am I to do, Andrew?
I'm too sick to shut the studio down today.
Yeah, when presented.
Okay, so you're a Kiefer guy over at Donald.
I think I'm a Donald. I'm a Donald Sutherland.
That's what
guy.
I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Donald Sutherland? Did he play the guy in the museum on The Simpsons?
It is possible. It's either that or there's a guy doing the voice, like a Donald Sutherland voice. This movie also has a 6.4 on IMDb. I don't know that I'm trusting the IMDb rating system because I believe this Three Musketeers movie is bad. So,
but we've got Tim Curry. I mean, it is him. It is Donald Sutherland, by the way.
Okay.
That gives him major points.
The Whacking Day mustache guy, or no, the silver tongue of Jebediah Springfield.
The silver tongue of Jebediah Springfield guy.
Yeah.
Really good mustache. Really good mustache on the guy.
Classic. Yeah. They were just like draw him as a cartoon. We don't even need to pretend. Yeah, I think Donald Sutherland pretty good. You mentioned, and I have to say this really fast, the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
And this week, both of us got Mandela affected because I watched a little bit of Ron White's old comedy special. Yeah. They Call Me Tater Salad.
Classic.
I don't remember what precipitated this need to go back. But I was
you didn't stumble on it? I figured you were browsing and were like, "Oh, I'll watch Ron White."
I think what happened was he's been coming up in my reels quite a bit, and there was some bit of his that I wanted to hear, and I can't remember like what it was, but he has a joke where he talks about hurricanes
that we quote a lot,
that I've quoted a lot of times. And in it, he says, a guy ties himself to a tree to prove that at 64 years old, he can withstand the wind and the rain of a Force 3 hurricane. And Ron White has a great comedic timing where he says all that, and then he goes, all right. Just like that. He goes, it's not that the wind is blowing. It's what the wind is blowing. It doesn't matter how good a shape you are in. If you get hit by a Volvo, and I swear to God, I thought he said Buick. Since I've heard it, that's how I quote the joke. If I'm quoting the joke to somebody, or I hear it in my head, it doesn't matter if you get hit with a Buick, because the rhythm's the same, but it's not Buick. And I've looked at other versions of him telling that joke. And it's always Volvo. I watched the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, which means I had to. Ron White's the first guy out there, so luckily I don't have to watch Bill Engvall.
That's crazy that they made that Ron went first.
He's a killer dog.
he probably gets the crowd going. They probably like that he gets the crowd going.
Yeah,
you can't send Engvall out there first.
He probably has the lowest amount of clean jokes too, because he has to clean it up in Blue Collar Comedy Tour. He doesn't do the same exact bits.
Ron White's in the rafters. We
Oh,
both agree, right?
yeah.
Ron
Oh,
White's in the
yeah.
rafters.
Undefeated, dude. And then I had to say Andrew a joke. He's talking about how he got thrown out of a bar, his big famous joke. And he says that.
That's, I got, you might have gotten the Buick from Public.
Yeah, that might have been what happened.
Because he's like, you got drunk in public. He's like, I was drunk in a bar. You threw me into public.
I want to be drunk in a bar. Arrest them. But he goes, the 6 of these bouncers threw me out on my ass, and then they all squared up with me, and I backed down from the fight because I didn't know how many it would take to kick my ass, but I knew how many they were going to use, which is a great. That is a great joke. And he goes, that's a handy piece of information to know ahead of time.
Yeah. And
yeah.
he's one of the best ever at using his glass of scotch as a mechanism of comedy.
As a rhythm of comedy. If I remember
correctly, he takes a drink from scotch, like it's going up to his lips as he says, but I knew how many they were going to use.
Yeah. Well, and he does this thing where he's talking about the reason he got in a fight was because he had his hat on. And then the bouncer asked him to take off the hat, and he's like, fine. I took off the hat, but then I've been drinking, and been an hour later, I forgot. You ever forget? It happened to me. Which is like a perfect rhythm of, it's not even a real joke, but it gets a laugh because it has like a perfect rhythm within the story. It really is very good. Yeah, holds up. That whole special is really, really great.
Is that the one where he salutes the troops with his scotch? Did you watch the whole thing?
No, I believe that's
it's a later one.
Yeah, that's the one that's for the troops specifically.
He did one for the troops.
Of course. Yeah,
Ron's a mensch.
Yeah, he's very progressive. In the special for being a dude that's in the South, like he talks about why homophobia is really stupid, and I was like, that's kind of brave given it's 2005 or whatever, and you're probably playing the South.
He's a cultured Southern city boy, basically. Yeah. Like he'll wear a belt buckle. He has the accent. He's from the South through and through, but he's smart. He's well read. Yeah. He's cultured. And he's toured the country. The world doing comedy. So,
yeah. But yeah, what a Mitch. Top shelf Ron White.
Have you seen any like the super old Ron White, like his young stuff when he was really young?
No, I've only heard him tell stories about he was doing his act, and Jeff Foxworthy was like, you got to put the jokes at the end of the like he had the rhythm all messed up, I guess, because he was still funny, but he like all his punchlines were at the beginning of the.
He looked like redneck John Candy.
Oh wow, that is that is something.
Yeah. He really leaned into it.
Well, and I like that he's very look
at him there.
He's very self-aware. Like he'll say, "Wow." Okay, that looks like a progressive
That's a bad
redneck.
Motherfucker right there.
Yeah. He's very like there's a part in the special where he's talking about being married, and he goes, actually I just got divorced. I just wanted to do those 3 jokes for you before I moved on. And then at the end he tells the crowd like, thanks for playing along. So it's like you realize maybe there's some truth in some of these stories, but he's also not a dude that's going to let the truth get in the way of a funny anecdote,
Oh no, he's just a comic through and through. Yeah. He's a very funny storyteller, just in like conversation and on podcasts and stuff too. He's like the king in Austin now. Like he's like Yoda.
Yeah.
All those comics move to Austin, and they hold Ron White up as like the Godfather every time he goes anywhere. When Chappelle's in town, he gets the same treatment. But when you go to a place like that with those killers everywhere, and you're the guy, it's just crazy because like. He was on that Blue Collar tour, and that's like the hackiest thing that like if anybody wants to like talk about hack comedy, they immediately bring up the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. And like, obviously we talk about Engvall all the time. We're anti-Engvall on this podcast. Foxworthy's really good for what he does. What he does isn't really for me, but he's really good for what he does.
He's a very good joke writer. Like that's that's the thing that for me, elevates him is like he has clever punchlines. Like if you go beyond the you might just be a redneck stuff, even if it's not necessarily for me, I don't think his comedy works for me necessarily. I can look at the way that he writes and structures his jokes and be like, okay, this guy like this guy knows what he's doing, even if I
Yeah,
don't find his things funny, you know.
he's the perfect guy for. By the way, people watch me. If you watch me browse all the Ron White things, I was looking at videos instead of pictures, like a fucking doofus. But he's the guy for blue collar NASCAR watching. Like my dad, he's the guy for my dad. Like if my dad was super into stand up comedy in the '90s, he would have absolutely loved everything Jeff Foxworthy did. My dad's not that redneck. You know what I mean?
Right.
He used to race dirt track fucking cars and shit. You know, but um, Jeff Foxworthy, like, I mean, you might be a redneck has turned into something crazy and it's annoying as hell, and like they've really, but it's better than Here's Your Sign. I can tell you that.
Well,
Because
you never want the second or third version of that thing, you know. Like,
yeah,
yeah, Here's Your Sign feels like manufactured as a marketing gimmick versus like you might be a redneck was just a thing that happened and then it exploded. And what's Jeff Foxworthy going to do? Not take all the money that you might be a redneck's going to generate?
they had calendars, they had everything, and like
Yeah,
I don't know here,
they
like
have joke books full full of you might be a redneck jokes.
it. And Here's Your Sign's annoying because I don't like the like everybody but me is stupid, or like I told this guy how stupid he was in public
Right.
joke mechanism. uh because that's like a huge thing in like the redneck community. You gotta change your blinker fluid. Here's your
Yeah.
sign, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
um and like Get Her Done was like fun, you know, but it was annoying. It got really annoying, but it was fun. See, that's the thing about Larry the Cable Guy, though. I don't know how to feel about Larry the Cable Guy
Right.
because his name is Dan Whitney. He's from like Jersey, and he doesn't talk like that.
Right.
um
Yeah.
but neither does Borat.
Right.
So like I don't know how to feel about like some of his jokes were good. I like they were very like surface level type stuff, a lot of fart jokes and stuff. But like I think I'd rather watch Larry the Cable Guy than Bill Engvall.
I think of Larry the Cable Guy as like a wrestling gimmick, you know, like
Yeah,
it's like Mencia, you know, but the worst version of Mencia. But like they both saw that there was
I'd say
a
Mencia is the worst version. I'd say Mencia is the worst version of Cable Guy. I'd say.
yeah like they both saw a place in the market for somebody to be doing the thing that they decided to do. So they did it. I can't, you know. Again, Larry the Cable Guy is not for me. The joke about going to the flea market with his sister who's covered in moles, that joke is very funny. But uh, the like it's just filling a niche, and I'm not upset at that. Except the only time that upsets me is whenever there's like a manufactured sort of rage about something, or it's clear that somebody's pulling a grift. You know, like Larry the Cable Guy. If people like the cartoon character, I'm not going to be upset at that. But Mencia's worse because Mencia was spouting like well, aside from stealing all the jokes, you know, he was like, uh, his gimmick just was worse to me than Larry the Cable
well,
Guy.
he's pretending to be a race that he wasn't.
Right.
He's not Mexican.
Yeah.
He's from where's Honduras. I think he's Honduran,
Yeah.
and he's coming up saying like literal slurs.
Yeah.
And like and genuinely stealing people's jokes and telling street jokes on stage and stuff. Like I've seen weird things with Larry the Cable Guy, but nothing like transparent, like as obvious as the Mencia thing is. And Larry the Cable Guy lives in that house,
Yeah.
so both of those
That's
guys, Larry and Foxworthy, at one point were the highest earning stand-up comedians in the world. For like a long time, it was Foxworthy and Seinfeld. and then Larry the Cable Guy was literally playing arenas and getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a show for a long time. I'd say Engvall ended up being the least successful out of all of them, but I think he sold a lot of Here's Your Sign merch.
Well, and he had a sitcom, so he had a show for a while.
He did. What was it called?
The Bill Engvall Show.
Was it really?
Yeah, on like the WB or whatever.
I don't know why I hate him so much. I just don't like Bill Engvall. I want to watch. I need to watch again because I didn't hate him like when I was a kid watching it.
I think he comes off to me as hacky, and it's but fine if that's the flavor of ice cream that people enjoy. They're allowed, they could enjoy that. It's just not for me. But Ron White is like I feel like the blue collar thing, aside from all the money he made, I'm sure he's not upset at that, is like a disservice to hang on Ron White because he's not just some surface level comedian dude. Like he's very funny.
Yeah, kind of typecast him.
Yeah,
he's since transcended it. I think in the last like 5 years or so, he's really hit a stride with the Austin stuff and like with kind of changing his image a little bit and stuff like that. But he was for a while. You'd be like, I like Ron White. And they're like, you like those blue collar guys? And you're like, no. It's a little different.
Yeah.
But Dusty, you saw The Strangers.
I did finally see The Strangers Chapter 1.
So stupid that they called it Chapter 1. Is it a prequel?
Well, yes, they're making 3 Strangers movies. 3 Strangers
and they're
movies
all prequels?
come out this year. Well, it's all 3 of them follow this particular version of the story. I don't know that they tie into the Speedman Beckinsale movie at all.
It's
Liv Tyler, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, and it sucked.
It's really terrible, like, and maddening. So it's been out a few weeks. Here's the big.
But Dusty,
thing.
They were home.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna give the most complete spoilers for this movie that I can. I've been wanting to talk to you about this. This goddamn movie made me so mad when I was watching it. But if anybody wants to watch The Strangers Chapter 1 with it not at all spoiled, I'd say jump ahead 3 minutes. 3-4 minutes.
Now. What does this thing have on IMDb? It's got a 4.8 out of 10.
Too high.
Too high.
Like The Rent. It's too damn high.
It's too damn high. I believe you. I mean, the first one is one of my least favorite movies.
So you've seen the first Strangers.
Yeah.
Then you've seen this movie. It is the exact same movie, except this time it's not that they were home. In this movie, the whole goddamn town is in on it. They all know, which makes it worse. Ruins even the thing the movie is trying to have going for it, which is like, oh like man,
weirdos,
the randomness of violence.
Yeah,
how crazy is it? The 2 protagonists, the 2 dumbest motherfuckers who ever lived.
That's what you need for The Strangers. You need bad people and the dumbest motherfuckers who ever lived.
To be moronical is to be in The Strangers. They stop in this town in Oregon. They're driving across country, but they eat at the. It might as well say the "you're gonna get murdered" cafe because everyone in the cafe is mean to them for no reason. And the lady's a vegetarian, and they're like, "Oh, vegetarian, huh? Well, I guess we'll what."
They're all like fake stabbing. I can't
wait
till they stab you.
Can't wait till those. So they come out of their from eating at the cafe. Guess what? Their car is dead. Somebody, the creepy mechanic who lives in the town that might as well have "we're gonna kill you" auto repair on the side of his business.
Yeah,
fucked with their car, and he's like, "Well, we can get you an alternator, but that's going to take well, damn, I'm going to take a day or two at least. And
So this is the the Strangers Chainsaw Massacre.
yes, but it's like I don't know why, because the auto people are like, so they're
I hate
like,
it when that town's in on it, Dusty.
I know, the whole town. So
It sucks when the town's in on it.
So they're like, okay, is there a hotel? And the guy goes, yeah, there's a hotel, but I wouldn't recommend staying at that hotel. Old stab cabin McGee's cabin's empty for the winter. He's off somewhere. You can stay there. They got like an Airbnb set up.
That's a great place to die. I mean,
to stay. You want remote, middle of nowhere, could scream. No one will hear you. No one will hear your stupid ass for hours.
There's soundproofing all over the walls. There's a drain in every room.
There's a door that locks from the outside. It's great. So
it's right next to the knife sharpening emporium.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to go in there.
And if you hear something at night, just don't worry. That's just Ricky knife sharpening.
He's just sharpening his knife.
He does it at night. So they go to this Airbnb. So I was like, the town is in on it? To what end? Who cares? Yeah. So of course, then there's some spookiness starts happening. The thing that drives me fucking nuts, and I know it's a movie, is the strangers are perfect. They're perfect at sneaking. They're perfect at sitting in a certain place, and everybody's so goddamn dumb they don't ever see the guy with the burlap sack sitting in a chair behind him while she plays piano, and you can see him in the mirror. The shot is she's playing piano, the camera is to her back, then it pans up, and you can see the dude in the mirror, which means she could see him in the stupid-ass mirror, and he sat in the rocking chair. What rocking chair have you ever sat in that didn't make noise, Andrew?
Let me tell you one quick thing though. If you're gonna stay there, the only thing is you got to be completely oblivious to your surroundings.
Yeah,
you do that
you're not gonna want to notice a goddamn thing out here.
that's the only prize.
That's the serenity of being out here.
Don't look anywhere. Don't think about looking anywhere. Don't sing about thinking about looking anywhere.
Don't tell anybody where you're at. Just throw your cell phone in the river. So of course, the strangersness happens, right? All the spooky shit. They come in the house, then they leave. Then they leave behind spooky writing. Then they leave. It's all to fuck with them. And then the protagonists finally do something smart, and they crawl under the house to escape. And they crawl under the house. The strangers don't know where they are. Do they go for the truck the strangers drove up in? No. Do they go for the to the road to try to find some help? No, they run to the shed that's 10 feet away from the house.
It's always, I hate it when there's a shed, Dusty.
They run into the shed, and I was like, that's it. You deserve to die. I'm glad you're dying. I want you to be dead.
How long till these motherfuckers
die? That was an hour 20 minutes. Is that what it's going to take to kill these stupid ass people? So they go in the shed. They find a shotgun. Awesome. They find an attic.
This is the first movie.
Yeah, no, it's the same.
Except for the Townsend on it.
Movie, except the Townsend on it. They find
you're gonna go in that shed and get that shotgun.
Yeah, they're probably gonna. Well, and the strangers have to know they're doing all this. It's like they're playing a game where they've mapped out. They're like, oh, they're gonna run to the shed probably. They're gonna get a shotgun, but then I'm gonna be all spooky like, and they're gonna freak out, and the guy's gonna fall and twist his ankle at the least opportune time possible.
Yep.
Like
also
always,
in the first movie,
like clockwork. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay.
Just like we did to Speedman and that fish mouth girl.
Yeah. Remember whenever we fucked up that loser Speedman?
He said he was proposing that night. Yeah. Oh man.
And she said no, and he was crestfallen. That's what really I remember.
I took him out of his misery, I'd like to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember how crestfallen he was.
So I'm like, okay, you're in the shed. Guess what? There's one entrance into the shed. You have the shotgun. There's an attic. Guess what? There's one entrance into the attic. You have the high ground, you dumb motherfuckers. Go into the attic with the shotgun and wait till morning.
Yeah.
And if they come up there, guess what? You shoot the stranger in his goddamn head.
With the shotgun.
With the shotgun. But they also, Andrew, they did the thing.
Does he shoot?
He shoots an innocent bystander and then is racked with guilt.
They just remade the movie.
Remade the first movie. So, end of this movie. That guy, dead as hell, gets stabbed to death.
Good.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
They stab the girl. Then the cops are coming. They finally got a hold of the cops. The cops come. She's not dead. That's the big twist. They're gonna. I assume this lady's gonna be in The Strangers too.
Which would be very surprising if it wasn't the twist in the first fucking movie.
Right. And the creepy Mormon kids are there too. They do the same thing.
Does she grab the leg and scream again?
No, they're in the town at the beginning. Are you a sinner?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What they ask the people.
She doesn't grab the leg and scream at the end?
No.
They're like, that's the one thing we'll change.
Yeah.
This movie is dun 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 dun.
Right.
Dun, dun,
movie
dun,
is,
dun,
yeah.
dun. It's not the same movie.
She wakes up in the hospital in the post-credit scene. She sits up in the bed to reveal the stranger with the burlap sack laying in the bed next to her. She doesn't know. Nobody knows. The movie ended and I was furious.
Does he have the burlap sack on his head still?
Yes. Of course he does.
And is he like hooked up to machine? Is he hurt?
No. He's laying in the bed next to her while she's
in the same bed.
Yes.
He got into the hospital.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna want to go to our hospital.
Oh yeah, it's the Murderville Hospital. I forgot.
They just let anybody into that.
She's sitting in the bed, right, recovering. She wakes up. She sits up, and the camera is to the side. So when she sits up, it reveals, unless it's all a dream, in which case I will choke.
That's even dumber.
Someone.
That's worse. Yeah.
If they reveal in the second movie it was all a dream. And it's the guy in the burlap sack.
Fuck.
But I have to see the next one because there has to be some new thing. They forced their hand into a new situation.
They got you, Dusty.
I get to see it for the price of my movie pass. So
it's got a 22% of the tomato meter. Imagine
furious
committing to make 3 movies.
Yeah.
And the first movie gets a 22%.
Well, they don't care. I mean, these movies make hand over fist money, you know.
Yeah, because fucking assholes like you go and watch them.
You know, I gotta see. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe one of them will turn out good.
Probably not, dude. They remade the first bad movie.
Well, no, this is the third movie. So they made this movie 3 times because The Strangers Pray at Night is the exact same movie as the one we watched with Speedman. The same one.
We talked about cinema being dead last week.
It's
pretty bad, Dusty.
Yeah, you know, but it's I do it for the content, so I can tell you.
I certainly am glad you saw it because that was a lot of fun to talk about.
Furious, I was. Then today I went to the movies. I went and watched Bad Boys: Ride or Die with one Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
and Joey Pants, the formerly mentioned Joey Pants.
One of the Fratellis.
One of the Fratellis. Fine. It's fine. Wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. It's fine.
It's got a 64% tomato meter, 97% audience score.
Yeah. Gave you exactly what you wanted. Martin Lawrence yells, says some funny things.
He's got one eye open more than the other one.
He's got one eye open more than the other one. They make fun of him for being fat a lot in those movies. Like he has a cardiac infraction at the beginning of this movie. Yeah. And then
he is a little swollen. Yeah, I wouldn't call him fat. He's a little swollen.
Yeah, but
he's been a little swollen for a while.
Then they forget that. They're like, Marcus, you can't eat bad stuff. You can't have any stress. And then he gets in roughly 27 shootouts in this movie after he had a heart attack.
Who's a bad boy?
Yeah. What you gonna do?
Yeah. The first Bad Boys Oh God, I just almost clicked on a porno called Bad Boys. They can't put the porno in with everything else on Rotten
No, I
Tomatoes.
mean, that's they're trying
But
to get you.
the first Bad Boys. Do you want to guess what the critics score for the first Bad Boys is?
You know what? I'm gonna say people liked it. I'm going 74.
Do you want to guess the audience score?
I'm going 91.
Okay, so it's very interesting. We've got a 44 on the tomato meter for critic score.
Wow.
And a 78 for audience score.
Wow. I thought Bad Boys was a lot more loved.
I know. I saw this on The Dozen the other day. I was surprised by the critic score, how low it was.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised it was kind of low, but I wonder if they're just like, they cuss too much. It's 1989 or however, whatever this
1995.
Okay. It's the same year.
Yeah. Cat is attacking me.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, she's laying in such a way that it makes it seem like she wants me to pet her belly. But it is a ruse. She doesn't want that.
Take heed.
Yeah.
She wants you to commit seppuku on her, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what being somebody's second is when they commit seppuku?
No, I don't know
They kill
that.
themselves? So they stab themselves in the stomach.
Sure.
And then you cut their head off. So like they still did it to themselves, but you're like sparing them.
Sure.
But a lot of times, apparently, they would have like their homies do it.
That's a big ask, I have to say, of your friend.
I'd probably just let you die. And then like he's not gonna remember I didn't kill him.
Yeah, he just stabbed himself in the chest. What's he gonna do if I don't decide to chop his head off?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's donezo anyway. Okay. So I do have to tell you this story, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you told me you had a tale of woe. I'm losing a little bit of steam. So
this might help. So
yeah, I can't wait.
So I go see Bad Boys.
Yep.
Then I'm like hungry. All right, I got about 30 minutes before this other movie I'm trying to catch. I go to Panda.
Okay.
Panda.
What do you normally get at Panda?
I like a 2 entree plate.
Okay.
I'll get the chow mein with the orange chicken, and then usually the Angus steak or whatever with the vegetables.
See, you're on the I'm okay with it costing an extra $1 train.
It doesn't cost it doesn't cost an extra $1 at this one because they don't have all the entree items.
Really?
Yeah.
So the steak doesn't cost extra?
No.
Word?
Because I was gonna get the black pepper chicken.
I'm gonna drive all the way to Fresno.
Say that $1.
Yeah.
They don't have black pepper chicken.
So if they don't have black pepper chicken, they can't charge you.
Well, I don't know. I guess like maybe that's just it's not a premium item anymore. Whatever, I don't care.
I'm a Beijing beef guy.
Okay.
God damn it, I love Beijing beef.
And then I like to get an egg roll because I like a treat.
The chicken egg roll?
Yeah, chicken.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Dusty. So do I.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like the chicken egg roll.
They tell me that they are in the process of making chow mein. But there's chow mein in the thing. I can see the chow mein. And I'm like, can't I just have
You can see some.
Yeah, I'm like, can't I just have some of that chow mein? And they're like, no, we're making new fresh chow mein. And I'm like, but I don't care. I'm trying to get this on the quick so I can get to this other movie. I need the chow mein now. And they're like, no, we're waiting. So I'm like, all right.
They might be saving you for something. Because have you gotten it when it was bad, like dry?
I don't even really eat the chow mein. I eat a little bit of it. I don't eat a ton of it. It's part of the deal, you know? So
am I going to not get it?
Yeah. So, but they won't give me my other items until the chow mein is ready, right? Because they're making it all at once. So I'm looking at the chefs, and they haven't even started making the chow mein yet. They're getting the bagged ingredients that they need to make the chow mein. And I'm trying to do the math. And when I get to the cashier, I'm like, hey, no biggie. Does the rice cost the same as the chow mein? I'm like, yeah, it costs the same. You know what? Let's go ahead and give me some rice. Not going to eat it anyway. Don't care about it. You're just offering it to me. So if it'll move this process along.
I'd like to leave.
Yeah. I want to eat my food and leave. Reaffirmed. I don't care for the Panda Express rice. Tried a little bit of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good. It's just dry. It's dry.
It's definitely not good rice. Yeah, it's definitely not good rice. I go chow mein every time. I mean, their peripherals are not very good anyway.
Right.
Like neither of those things are very good at Panda Express. You got to, if you douse them. Yeah, did you try dousing them?
Well, I don't want a whole fuck ton of soy sauce on my on my stuff or whatever.
Because of salt.
Yeah, just I don't know
Right.
why. Clearly, I don't really care, but it seems worse.
I'm at Panda Express.
Yeah. I'm not making wise choice one if I'm concerned about sodium intake if I'm eating this orange chicken. So, but I don't want to do worse. I don't want to do more harm.
Yeah.
So I eat the Panda. Everything's great. Go back to the movie theater. Check out my second movie called The Watchers with Dakota Fanning, directed by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. It's her first movie that she's directed. Right?
I just almost made a bad pun. I'm gonna skip it.
Huh?
I just almost made a bad pun. I'm gonna not make that.
We'll move past it.
So it's a daughter movie?
Oh, I was gonna say the ultimate daughter movie.
What's this movie called?
The Watchers. Dakota Fanning is in the forest. There's a weird habitat in the forest. She gets put into it, and then
spoiling things here.
No, it's in the trailer.
I just want to make sure we warn if we're spoiling.
And then some sort of weird forest creatures watch all the people that are inside of this like terrarium, essentially, right?
This is another The Town's in on it movie.
The woods are in on it. The whole woods. But the movie started, and there's voiceover from Dakota Fanning, and she goes, "There's a forest in Ireland that doesn't appear on any map." How do you know it's there then?
Yeah, no, there's not.
She's
does the map just like not? Like, is there just a blank spot in the map that says nothing here?
Yeah. And she's
you dumb bastard. Is this a magical forest? Is it a magical forest or is it a hidden forest, Dusty?
Well, she says that it doesn't appear on any map. So
we don't establish whether it's like a magical, like you're walking through a portal to get into this forest.
I presume it's magical. I'll tell you in a second why I can only presume. So, then she says the reason why is because
Ireland's pretty small.
Yeah, it's like it's like people that go into it never escape. How do you know that? Who told you that? Why do you know that?
It's like a vacuum. There's just it's just because as soon as you walk in, there's just a giant pit that a bunch of drunk Irishmen
into. They're all fighting in it.
You look down and there's just one guy alive on top of a bunch of corpses, and he goes, "Hi-de-di." Oh, I really got myself into it this time.
I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, this movie sucks, dude. It's doing nothing for me. I'm trying to figure. There's some sort of twist that's coming. It's a zoo or something, because the movie opens and she works at a pet store, and they're showing the terrariums that the other animals live in. I'm like, okay, it's some kind of metaphor for how we're fucking. We put things in cages too. Whatever.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Right.
Oh, that sounds so much fun, Dusty.
So I'm like,
I need more metaphor movies.
Yeah. So I'm like, at least Bad Boys is like, hey, there's a bad guy. We're gonna go shoot him and blow up a helicopter. Great.
And witty quips all over the place.
Do
it's
it.
A first-person shooter view.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting up. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not going to miss anything in this goddamn movie. I hate this movie. I don't even really want to watch this movie, but I'm already here. So I go in the bathroom.
All right.
There's someone in the bathroom at the sink.
This bathroom's not on any maps.
Yeah. We've only heard rumor. No one ever leaves. The whole bathroom's in on it. The urinals, the dryers, they're all in on it.
Why don't you go into that bathroom? I can't remember the voice I was doing before.
Yeah. There's a guy in there. He's at the sink. So I go, take care of my situation, go to the sink, start washing my hands. My hand washing technique is I put the soap in my hand first, then I put my hands under the water or under the faucet because, it's automatic how the water comes out at the movie theater. When the water hits the sink, there's an interesting smell, Andrew. I've not looked down into the sink basin.
Oh.
As of yet.
Oh, no. You literally. Okay. All right.
Poop, Andrew.
It's. Oh, I thought somebody.
Little bit of poop.
I thought somebody had puked. There's poop
Poop
in the sink.
in the sink. That I assume, and this might be wrong of me to assume, might have been on the hands of the gentleman that just left.
Oh, so it's like it's not.
It's like residual poop. It's not like we're doing it. I hate to be crass. It's not like a log of poop.
That guy
got poop on his
was
hand.
at the sink that you were at.
Yes.
What, did he look like a guy who might have poop on his hand?
Certainly did.
He certainly did.
Basketball shorts at the movie theater. Sorry, bro. Your profile.
You might have poop on your hand. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh fuck. That is awesome.
So I'm like, oh fuck.
Did you make a sound?
Yeah, because I was like,
I hope he heard you as he was walking away.
God damn it.
Oh fuck.
So I'm like, okay, I will go wash my hands at the next sink. I'll look in that sink basin. Learned my lesson.
Yeah, you want to look first.
Sink basin clear. Wash my hands. Then I think, oh no.
Yeah. People are going to think that you would put the poop in the sink.
What if... No.
Okay.
What if the basin is not the only place where there was poop?
You start just looking around all over the place.
Let me tell you, Andrew.
Yep.
That was not the only place there was poop. You come up to the sink, the counter, there's the part that hangs over, there's the counter and then there's the little lip.
Like on the back wall?
No, on the front. Because it's a counter like this, right? But it has it goes like whip and then down a little bit.
Okay.
On that part, right where someone's shirt might rest while they're leaning up against the counter to wash their hands.
I don't think I'm sick anymore.
You've been cured.
This is screw hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
This has healed me. So Dusty, before we address the elephant in the room,
sure.
Okay, what color was the shirt you were wearing?
It's white shirt.
It's a white shirt.
My beloved Operation Ivy shirt.
Oh, the new one.
New Operation Ivy shirt.
And okay. Do I have any further questions before? Was there poop on your shirt, Dusty?
Cannot say definitively.
Okay. There wasn't clear poop on your shirt.
There was a little smudge of some kind. Now here's the thing. I just came from Panda Express. They have sticky sauces.
A lot of sticky sauces.
Is it possible that a small bit of Panda Express sauce got on my shirt?
I've seen you eat. Yes, it is possible.
I will admit that is entirely possible. However, I cannot discount that this might be poop.
Yeah.
So
anybody listening, you have to understand, this is the worst person for this to happen to.
I have grown. I think it's fair to say.
You have certainly grown.
I have grown as a person.
Yeah. It's okay to be careful.
I don't think it's insane to not want poop on me.
No, yeah, you are 100% entitled to not want poop on you.
So here's my options. I can try to wash my shirt in the bathroom of the movie theater with some soap and a paper towel and go back to my movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this will haunt me. For the rest of the time that I'm watching this movie, I'm just going to be thinking about my shirt, whether or not I got all the poop off of it, whether or not there's other poop on me that I cannot see. So I left. So I don't know how The Watchers ends. I left, and I came home, and I washed my shirt in the sink to get rid of the tiny stain on it. Then I put my shirt in the washing machine because I will not throw away my Operation Ivy shirt because some fucking guy doesn't know how to not get poop everywhere.
Yeah, you don't want to negotiate with bioterrorists.
No, I will not bow to his demands to throw away my shirt.
How about this? If you were watching a really good movie, like a really good movie, like Endgame. You're watching Endgame. And you have potential poop on your shirt. Yeah. Did you at all consider pulling your shirt up and smelling it?
1,000% not. Why would I want the poop closer to orifices?
Yeah. No, see, I was wondering. I had a feeling that you wouldn't do that. I definitely would have done that.
Where I could get poop-borne diseases. No, thank you.
I definitely would have done that. Yeah. It might not have been a good idea, but that's... So, I feel like previous Dusty...
Yeah.
That shirt would have been dead to you.
That is entirely true. Yeah. Probably would have thrown the shirt away. Probably would have thrown the shorts away.
You might have jumped in front of traffic.
Would have scrubbed my skin clean.
Raw.
Yeah. With a pummel stone.
You scrubbed the top layer of your skin off.
Yeah. I look like the Simpsons on that episode where they breathe in the inside out gas. Turns them inside out. But I was able to go like, you know what? Fuck this movie. I don't really care about this movie. I was just watching it because it was available to me. And since I have the movie pass, I'll just go watch it again some other time. If I really want to see what The Watchers is all about, I'll just hit it back up. And I probably will, since I put it on my list of movies I've watched for this year already. And I don't want to delete it. Yeah. It's on the list. So
you'll go and watch it again. It's got a 30% tomato meter, 55% audience score.
I want to see what the twist is because I bet the twist is stupid. And then I can talk about it on the show.
Did you consider telling anybody?
I did consider. But the problem that I believe you have also found, because this is not the first bathroom antics that we have been a part of in our friendship, right?
Are you talking about the guy who wrote "White Power" on the wall in the bathroom at our bank?
Yes, that guy specifically. Yeah. When you go tell somebody that something has happened in the bathroom, I don't know that it's impossible to not think that they think you did it. Because if I go in there and I go, hey, somebody left a little bit of poop in the sink, and the counter has some poop on it, probably want to take care of that. There's a high possibility that those people are going to think that it was me.
Yeah. You could have just been like, hey, it was that specific guy.
I couldn't find him. I was ready to engage this gentleman.
You think you would have talked to him?
In combat, in Mortal Kombat. Hey!
If he was in line for popcorn
with poop
when you
all
walked
over
out,
him?
do you think you would have said something?
Yeah. Hey!
Hey, fuck face.
We're trying to have a goddamn society. Now I gotta go home.
We abandoned the chamber pot hundreds of years ago.
I'm not saying that you have to confess to the people at the movie theater. I'm not saying you have to do anything. I am saying
what you did.
I am saying that if there's poop in the sink and it's your fault, that is your job. That's the amount of accountability that I'm asking for, and that feels like a very small amount of accountability.
He was probably horrified when you walked in.
Because I think he was trying to do a hasty cleanup situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something happened.
How could you didn't have a kid with him?
No. Not that I saw.
That's very weird. It's very weird that he didn't have a kid with him. Yeah. And it was all over apparently his hands and self.
Yeah. Maybe just his hands. Or maybe he didn't know. Or maybe it was the Snickers and I didn't know. But when the water hit that poop, I'll tell you, smelled like poop to me. That's poop. I'll tell you that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, is there anything you're more familiar with as a human being?
I came stomping out of that bathroom. I was ready. I'm not a
I was hot.
Yeah, I'm not a confrontational guy. But hey, man, now I have to go home.
I said, look, man.
Yeah. Now I have to leave this shitty movie, no pun intended, that I'm in.
Listen, that one's on the stop it list, so
Yeah.
don't do that. That joke's been retired.
Yeah, to come out here and confront you, to tell you to be at what is the bare minimum of human being. Clean your own poop up.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's like day one. That's some day one shit.
Yeah. That's it. I don't know.
You said it might make me feel better, and you know what? God damn it, it did.
Glad. I think I've told you my dream confrontation fantasy is whenever like I'm a little bit slow turning on a green light and someone honks at me. My dream, the thing I think about the most, is to just put my car in park and go ask that person, "Hey, you think that helps? Think that makes everything? You think that is the appropriate response to what?"
I wish I had like I wish everybody had like a honk, but it's okay honk horn.
Right.
Where it's like, hey, I'm not mad at you, just trying to get your attention. Because
right.
you know what I mean? Because sometimes the people in front of me wait way too long.
Right.
And I give them a quick, like I do it as fast as I can. Because the longer it is, the more you seem like a jerk, you know?
Right.
I wish there was like a button where it's like, hey, it's okay, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Light screen, go ahead.
You're probably looking at your phone with the light screen now.
Yeah, little hand, like in Looney Tunes, a hand comes out and just ding, 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 taps on the top of their car or something.
But aggressive honking for no reason. That's my ultimate falling down dream confrontation moment. Is just be like, hey, do you think this helps at all? Big Bang Theory will still be on when you get home, dude. Chill out.
Definitely a young Sheldon fan. I almost said, I think I almost just stole a comedian's joke, I think. I don't know who told the joke, but I think a comedian has a joke where he says you get like 4 honks ever.
Okay.
You ever heard that joke?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
He's like proposing a new thing for horns, and he's like, you only get like 4 or 5 honks in the history of your car's existence. But I can't remember or he might have said 10 or something. I can't remember the number, but yeah, I almost stole it. I can't remember who it was. I wouldn't be able to give him credit. I saw a tweet the other day. This is probably the last thing we'll hit, and we'll do some trivia and get out of here if you're cool with that.
It sounds good to me.
I saw a tweet the other day, this story about Prince, because it was Prince's birthday yesterday. And Julia Stiles said, after the Bourne Ultimatum came out, there was a premiere in London. Prince actually came to it, then got tickets for the cast to come see him perform. We were summoned to a room to meet him after the show. Matt said, so you live in Minnesota? I heard you live in Minnesota. Prince said, I live inside my own heart, Matt Damon.
That's a Prince story. I heard a Prince story from Conan O'Brien. That Conan O'Brien was watching a Stevie Wonder concert, and he looked over, and Prince was standing next to him. And he goes, oh, Prince, are you performing on this? And he goes, no. He goes, oh, okay. And he goes, no, they wanted me to, but I didn't want to, and so I'm not going to perform. I'm just going to be here for this. And then a security guard comes and gets him. He disappears, and 2 seconds later, he's on stage playing guitar. And Conan O'Brien's like, "Why did he lie? Just to me, it's a bit only for me."
He just wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah, he wanted him to be genuinely surprised.
I love the one under it too. This is the only person that I wouldn't hate for doing this. I used to work for a rock concert set designer. His exasperated UK manager, I think Bill Nighy flatmate in Love Actually, God, that was a weird sentence, came to our office in a rage. If that fucking little... Apparently Prince had decided he would only talk to him at right angles, looking into the distance.
I forget. Oh, it was Chris Rock. Have you seen the thing where Chris Rock's talking to Prince, and he goes, "Is there beef between you and Michael Jackson?" And he goes, "Not from my side." And he goes, he wanted me to be in the Bad video. I'm supposed to play Wesley Snipes in the Bad video. He's like, if you watch that video, the first line of that song is "Your butt is mine." And he's like, am I supposed to sing that to him? Is he supposed to sing that to me? Who said? Because I'm telling you, I'm not singing it to him.
Prince was very anti any type of almost vulgarity, which is crazy because he made "Darling Nikki."
Right.
But he, I think it was because he became a Jehovah's Witness later in his career, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, a person of extremes like that, like you can only go one of two ways. You can. I'm sure he did all the decadent rock star shit you could do, and so the only other extreme of that is to swing all the way to like religious fanaticism,
Yeah.
But it's funny to imagine him as a Jehovah's Witness whenever he played that "While My Guitar Gently Weeps" solo and destroyed and became a supersonic star for a second.
He's a bad motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
I live inside my own heart, Matt Damon.
Okay, Prince, but geographically, did you know that there's
Minnesota?
Yeah. Did you know that there's a forest in Ireland that no one knows about?
No, there's not, Matt Damon. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, man. There's also some clips going around of Kevin Garnett talking about how Prince could hoop. He's like, that Chappelle Show thing, that's real, man. He's like, you try to defend Prince. He's small. He's fast. He can shoot. Like
he's handsy, dude.
Well, yeah, they were setting fruity picks.
They're setting fruity picks. I watched that shit the other day. I wish there's a couple of lines that include the N-word that I can't quote to anybody for the rest of my life, obviously. But when he walks in as Rick James, and because I watched the Rick James and the Prince, and when he walks in as Rick James, and he goes, "Nice place."
Yeah.
They should have never gave you guys money.
Yeah. What's I supposed to do by my legs? Charlie Murphy is one of my favorites. The Prince one, still one of the greatest jokes of all time, is whenever they're like, this is during Shalimar, and they're like, man, that new guitar player in Shalimar fine as a motherfucker. They were talking about Mickey Free. Mickey Free is not a girl.
It's not a girl.
Those are fun Prince stories. The Sinead O'Connor Prince story takes some of the gleam.
Where he tries to beat her ass with a pillow because she wouldn't stop saying bad words.
Yeah, because she took Nothing Compares to You from Prince, and she had to like run into the road to get help. That sort of minimizes the...
Listen, the purple god does what the purple god wants.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge somebody based on the worst thing they've ever done.
No.
All of us have beat up a woman with a pillow really aggressively at one point in our life.
These are the ramblings of a sick man, a physically sick man.
I'm delirious.
Yeah,
delirious.
Raw. That's if you take one more goddamn step, I'm gonna kick this motherfucker through the motherfucking window. It's also very funny.
Come to think of it, I think I'm bleeding inside my chest.
You come at me with a cross kick. Charlie Murphy probably take karate with the little kids. Is one of them.
I also watched the Trading Spouses, and that episode was that sketch was great.
Oh yeah, Leonard Washington. Where am I from?
Leonard Washington.
None of your goddamn business.
He's just reading a magazine that says white people.
The thing that truly gets me, that I think is the Chappelle Show. At least the idea, if you listen to Chappelle, was like, there are universal things about experiences based upon like more than race, probably like socioeconomic class. Like, because the thing that really gets me is that the whole time he talks, he has a cigarette loose in his mouth.
Yeah,
and I knew
it's barely hanging out.
And I knew 100 dudes like that who were all my uncle. And it's like, that doesn't matter, black or white. Trashy dude's gonna have the cigarette barely hanging out of his mouth.
I can't remember what the white character's name is, but he cooks them and parsnips.
Yeah. There's a white man talking here.
What the fuck is a parsnip? Are you ready for trivia?
I am ready for trivia. Let's do this.
Let's knock this out. So this is a dozen daily trivia. There's 9 questions. 3 of them are generally about sports, and the rest of them are about general American culture. Let's start with NFL. After getting drafted 4th overall, offensive tackle DeBrickashaw Ferguson. He's in the East-West Bowl with Key and Peele.
That's actually the name that I heard an interview where he said that's the name that made them do the East-West Bowl.
That's not surprising.
Because Jordan Peele was like, "There's a dude named DeBrickashaw Ferguson." Yeah.
He played his entire career with this AFC team from 2006 to 2015, where he made 3 Pro Bowls.
No idea.
Let's go Denver Broncos. Are they in the AFC?
They are in the AFC.
Let's go Denver Broncos. Wrong.
Couldn't be more wrong.
MLB. Known for his fastball, reliever Neftali Feliz won Rookie of the Year after totaling 40 saves for this AL team in 2010. I believe this is the Texas Rangers.
And I will let you believe that.
That was correct.
Hell yeah.
NHL. This Hall of Fame goaltender won a Conn Smythe Trophy in both the 1980s decade and in the 2000s decade. Martin Brodeur.
He's not a goalie.
Oh, I thought he was.
So I'll tell you this, or he might have been. I'll tell you this. If the question's about goalies, I go with my man, Patrick Waugh.
See, if it's Martin Brodeur, I'm gonna bust.
What are you gonna do, sick boy?
It was Patrick Waugh.
It's always Patrick Waugh. Thank you, Patrick Roy.
Following John Adams, who is the second U.S. vice president. This shit's just trying to embarrass us at this point.
Hold on. It's Thomas Jefferson.
I was gonna say Jefferson. I was thinking Jefferson or
Madison.
Let's go Jeff.
Let's go. Yeah.
Tommy Jeff.
Yeah, because that's in Hamilton. The guy who ran it, the other guy who ran for president back in the day became vice president. If the guy who lost just automatically became the vice president.
I've still never seen Hamilton.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't like rap.
Swine.
I'm just kidding. I love. Listen, Hamilton doesn't make one culture. Okay,
it helps.
I saw West Side Story in the theater.
It doesn't.
Okay?
It doesn't hurt.
Go fuck yourself.
You know.
The soft pretzel chain, founded in California in 1994, has fewer locations than the industry leader, but still has a solid 300 plus. So it's probably whatever number 2 is to Auntie Anne's, right?
Yeah, I guess Auntie Anne would be like number 1. We assume, right?
Probably,
so
yeah.
There, I will tell you this: at the
Wetzel's,
yeah, at the mall that I do my walkarounds in, Wetzel's Pretzels. There's like 5 of them in the same mall.
Oh shit!
So
do we think Wetzel's might be number 1?
No, because there's an Auntie Anne in there too. So I think Auntie Anne is
Wetzel's.
everywhere.
Look at us, dude.
Look at this.
Look at us. Celebrity mashup. That is George Clooney and Aniston. Jennifer Aniston, I think.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Just straight up looks like Iggy Pop.
What if it's just Iggy Pop? Like,
I got you, bitch.
Yeah.
It was wrong.
Oh no.
The woman's got to be wrong. It's got to be the woman.
Oh yeah, that.
I think it might be. Is it Streisand? It might be Streisand.
You think so?
Can I click it? Can I see it again?
With that blonde hair?
That might be Streisand.
That could be Streisand. I was thinking.
I bet that doesn't look like old hair though.
Doesn't look brittle. Julia Roberts?
No, she's a brunette.
Okay.
Music.
Wrong.
With a short-lived run from 1989 to 1994, this all-female rock band is most known for their 1992 hit song "What's Up."
And I try. Oh my God, do it, try. It's 4 Non-Blondes. I try all the time in this revolution, Andrew.
I would have never gotten that. Movies. This 2013 Spike Jonze movie, Her, Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with an operating system voiced by what actress?
That is the Black Widow herself, one Scarlett Johansson.
ScarJo plays that bitch?
Yeah. That automated bitch.
Television. Matt Bomer and Tiffany Thiessen starred in this police procedural drama on the USA Network for 6 seasons from 2009-2014.
Bomer.
Bomer.
This is White Collar.
Bomer, I hardly knew it.
White Collar.
White what?
White Collar. The show that everybody says I should watch, but I will never watch.
Okay, we're double dipping. I'm going Streisand.
All right. Have at it.
Dude, get out of my fucking way. Dude, these are so annoying.
I don't want. No.
Get out of my way.
I don't like
I'm
that.
just gonna guess this is George Clooney.
No, that is George Clooney. That's not.
No, this thing, dude. I can't do it. There we go. Jesus Christ. I was wrong.
Oh.
Let's see who it was. 21%. They fucked this one up.
Yeah.
Okay. Only 23% got white collar.
Really?
Dude, these ads are unbelievable.
That's.
Margot Robbie. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I guess. There's nothing like the face is so George Clooney's face that I mean, I guess if you knew her hair, but I don't think.
What's funny though is that could be Margot Robbie's jawline.
Okay, but
It's probably not because I think they use the whole face, but it could...
But George Clooney face is like a Tim Curry monkey kind of face, you know, like it's definitively his face.
It takes over everything.
Yeah.
Ain't this place a geographical oddity? 2 weeks from everywhere.
The whole town's on it.
New York Jets.
Ow.
Is the home of DeBrickashaw.
Yeah.
All right. So movie to movie.
Movie to movie.
Misery to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Try that challenge.
Okay.
Who's in Misery? James Caan, Kathy Bates, Richard Farnsworth. Bunch of assholes. I bet it's one of these fuckfaces that's in it.
Well, I don't think anybody's directly in.
Well, Rob Reiner is in Spinal Tap.
Yes. I think that I have a path here, if you want to go with me.
Okay.
I will go with Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
Who was in About Schmidt. With Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is not.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have to pick Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson?
Who was in The Departed.
Have you seen The fucking Departed?
It's always The Departed. With Matt Damon. Who was in Dogma. With our man.
Rickman.
Fucking Alan Rickman. There it is.
Short as possible is 2. We got 4. James Caan was in Dogville with John Hunt, who was in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
John Hurt.
No, it's Hunt. You're seeing it wrong.
No.
John hurt myself today. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's it. This is
James Caan. We all just get along. You know what I mean?
This is as brave as Michael Jordan's flu game is Andrew Idell's Snart Marks podcast recording. You know,
I've lost weight, son.
Yeah. Did he put up 45? It's up for you. It's up to you to decide.
How do you feel about James Can't Buy Me Love? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's by the power of Grab Thor's hammer, you know, we did it.
I will not surrender. Never give up.
Yeah.
Never surrender.
Alan Rickman, am I sick? I gotta get out of here.
Alan Rickman, do I need to lay down?
Alan,
but I'm so hungry.
Yeah, Alan Rickman is my couch calling to me. Are you Grubhubbing a lot of stuff? What are you doing?
I Instacarted like $100 worth of like healthy food and a COVID test and like a bunch of shit. And I just made nuggets last night. Because I was like, I got to get one convenient thing because this is a bunch of stuff I got to get up and cook.
Right.
So I got the nuggets, and I was like, I'm definitely doing the nuggets.
Yeah.
So I also got a rotisserie chicken, which sucked horrible ass.
Oh, man.
So I'm probably going to eat some of that right now, thankfully.
Right. Oh, yeah. This is not an Andrew who's sick but rolling in it. You've got to,
dude, sick but rolling in it. Listen. I'll be just Instacarting a doctor to my house.
Yeah. Or what's your? We'll end on this, but what's your threshold on before you go to the doctor?
No, I'm a good doctor guy. I'm not afraid of doctors.
I know, but you've been sick since Wednesday, and you haven't
Wednesday.
Seen
it's been pretty bad.
Professional.
It's been pretty bad. I was better yesterday. No, I'm better today than I was yesterday.
Okay.
My ears keep doing weird things,
and that is to you a symptom of better.
Yeah, no, I was just it hit me when I said
Oh,
that.
okay.
I keep getting this little like buzzing shit in my ears, but no, my smell has come back a little bit today. I'm not as stuffed up.
Okay.
Yesterday, was it yesterday? The days have really ran through together. One of the days, my nose was so stuffed up, I slept like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because I can't breathe through my mouth when I sleep. I'm not, a dummy like you. So
I'm versatile. I'll switch it up if I
that
need
is
to.
true.
You know?
I woke up at 6. Not woke up. I got up at 6:30 and just put on my clothes and went to Vaughn's and got medicine because I didn't buy any medicine the first few days because I usually don't use medicine for stuff like this. And then the medicine made me feel all cracked out. I don't know what's in it.
Right, sugar is in it.
So I was just feeling weird.
Yeah.
And then, but now, like, I woke up this morning and my nose wasn't stuffed up, but it appears to be a little stuffed up as we're going.
As we're running the situation. Isn't it?
So yeah,
isn't it truly strange to be eating food and not be able to taste it?
Yeah, it sucks ass. With the nuggets, I got barbecue sauce, and it's like I accidentally bought spicy Sweet Baby Ray's a while back.
Of course, yeah.
On accident. Yeah. And it doesn't stop spiciness. So
yeah,
the sauce was just
hot comes through.
Yeah. You know? So it was just making my mouth hurt.
Yeah. It doesn't taste like anything, but you get a sensation, you know.
And it wasn't hot enough to clear my sinuses. Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna eat some chicken, some potatoes, and a salad right now. I'm trying to get some nutrients. I bought a multivitamin, another one, and I've made sure it got zinc and shit in it. Right. You know what I mean?
Got to get that zinc up.
Yeah, I'm trying. My cat has been a nightmare, Dusty. He's been bad. He's been really bad. I think he's like sick of me.
Right. He's not empathetic towards your cause.
Dude, I'll wake up and he is like meow, almost scream meowing and like swinging my the blinds in my room back and forth. It's just a nightmare, dude. And he's like knocking everything off of every counter. He's fed. Everything's clean. I don't know what's wrong with him. He got addicted to treats. I started giving him treats. Yeah. And he literally like sits where I give him treats all day.
They like it.
And every time I pass, he's like, "Hey, you gonna drop me one of those treats?"
If I can't find one of the cats, I go shake the bag with the treats in it.
And they come
a running. Yeah.
I wonder if that'll work for this fucking lunatic. But anyway, yeah. I'm gonna eat some chicken and watch some Samurai.
Yeah, we know the socials. We appreciate everybody who listens. We were going to do a short one, but this is about the same as we normally do. But
a little shorter.
A little bit shorter. Andrew gamed it up and jumped on, so we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody who listens. Thank you again. We'll be back next week, pending Andrew's not death. So look forward to that.
TBD. It might be the start of our Conor McGregor series.
Oh, yes. We're going to do a Conor McGregor deep dive because he is theoretically fighting on June 28th.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like I was going to cancel it if he's not fighting because I want to release it when he fights.
Yeah.
But now it's like up in the air, and it's like I'm going to do fucking 2 weeks of research, and you're going to pull out, you fucking steroid junkie.
Well, the problem is he's stuck in the Irish forest where no one can find him. There's no escape. So
that is true. All right.
Talk to everybody later. Bye. Wada wop wop wow.
Wada wop wop wow.